Okay, hi. Take two of whatever I was recording. Um, Today's video is going to be about Ali Abdaal Productivity Spark Summit, 2 days of Zoom workshops um, that I attended on Saturday and Sunday, and it was a good experience. Uh, but also like overall it did what it was supposed to do. That was a good thing. I think he delivered some value. For literally there was no cost except for you have except for like you have to pay attention, you have to give your time. Those are costs, but besides that, no money was exchanged for these things. And he got a lot of people to tune in to and concentrate and participate. He was using this what's it called? He was using this oh yeah, he was using this service called Mentimeter, which is like an online presentation slash survey kind of software throughout the thing. He might as well have been sponsored by Menti. Maybe he has investment in it. He used it a lot. Um, Anyways, so wait, yeah, so uh, they the first the first day was this reflection workshop. Tika, it says go beyond basic goal reviews and uncover deep insights from your past year and identify what worked, what didn't, and why. Use proven frameworks to create the perfect foundation for your most productive year yet. Why attend? The session sets the tone for the weekend and helps you reflect on your progress with clarity and intention. Okay. So he did some exercises where we actually did those reflections, uh, like like he literally allotted time. Now 5 minutes, close your eyes. Big fan of closing your eyes and taking deep breaths. Both him and his wife, Izzy, who's a creator in her own right. I know her content from like if you want to be like if you're a wannabe polyglot like me, uh, you might have seen her videos on learning Mandarin. So anyways, so he asked us to do what were the most significant events, and I listed mine. Then what are you most grateful for in 2024? um, and then biggest challenges or obstacles. Nothing too crazy, right? um, Professional growth. What was the professional growth? What was the personal growth thing? What were the unfulfilled aspirations? Like he got you to basically think about all the things which have happened already, and the idea was to like reflect on it so you can then kind of get an idea of where you need to go from there, which makes sense. And I know this sounds very like very logical, like of course you would do this, but like for a lot of people, like especially me, I realized while I was doing this that I'm a pessimist and I have anxiety. I literally wrote that down. So I need to be held down, asked to take deep breaths and then think positively, but not like so in such a like blatant way. Like be positive, like like the way they orient you, they guide you, they hold your hand through it. So I'm not saying there's no value in it. It makes sense. Um, he said, think about the relationship and connections you made. I was trying to look into all the things that he actually did put in the slides. Um, oh wow. Okay, so these are not ordered the way I thought they would be ordered. Okay, I didn't even start taking these screenshots. I have most of my screenshots. Wait. Let me. Yeah. So. Uh, he kept repeating this thing: success equals vision and action. Vision has three components: life compass, future sketch, and quarterly quest. So this reflection exercise was part of the life compass bit. And action has three components: focused hours, productive days, and balanced weeks. Like he kind of made a framework which was kind of nice. I enjoy frameworks because my education has been business school. I did bachelor's in business administration. I did master's in business administration, MBA. So like we usually have these kind of frameworks. So it's nice to like see that kind of thing. And what's interesting is that like I know like I'm supposed to be kind of like skeptical of these kind of things, and I am to a certain degree. But if it works, it works, right? I'm not gonna knock it down if it's working, right? um yeah, so he was like, you should have a productivity system. It will help you clarify your vision, manage your time, energy, focus, whatever. um okay, professional growth, personal growth, unfulfilled aspirations, reflection, looking forward, what would you like to stop doing in 2025? um What's one small action you'll commit to taking today to make a start towards your dream 2025? Uh, oh, yeah, this was a interesting activity. He asked us to write our own eulogies. So I wrote a eulogy. Oh my God, I think too much of myself. It's like, what is this? Am I a narcissist? What is happening? Anyways, I want to be remembered as like Mr. Everything, which is interesting. Um, I haven't done literally nothing, but I wrote the most craziest eulogy. Not the craziest eulogy, but you'll be reading this and you'll be like, okay, I know this person. This is not like this doesn't go together. This is weird. Um, yeah, so he gave us prompts today. We gather to honor the life and legacy of, and then you add your name, and then you go like, name was in his personal life, he was blah blah blah. He wrote she, by the way. You can change obviously whatever your gender is, whatever your pronouns are. Those closest to her remember her as in her professional life. She, her work will be remembered for its contribution to. Uh, uh, she was an inspiration to others because the story of her life teaches us that. So, you know what I mean, these even these prompts encourage you to be a little boastful, a little, larger than life. So I don't like, don't blame me, okay? I want to be remembered as like, wow, what a loss, you know what I mean? She'll always be remembered as someone who lived with. Finally, if blank were here with us today, she would remind us that. And yeah, and then he asked, okay, how aligned are the different areas of your life towards your ideal eulogy: self, relationships, work, etc., etc. Your productivity system should help and clarify your vision, blah blah blah. Oh yeah, then he tried to sell his life OS thing. It's a 3 week live online cohort course running from Jan 13 to Feb 2nd, 2025. It's for $297. My guy, I mean, who needs that much productivity? Like, will we be doing this life cohort shit, or will we be um doing the actual work? Like the thing is, I mean, in 3 weeks, we spend our time learning these uh tools, right? And I'll be real with you, and I'll be very real with you. In this moment right now, it's evening, my head is a little dizzy, my eyes are hurting, right? And this was not the case for a long time, right? Now this is either age or long COVID catching up to me. I'm not the same person anymore. My window for doing things is has shrunk. Okay, so just even reading this is making me a bit dizzy. Like, what? So, anyways, then he did this, then he brought this other guy up. I think his name is TJ Power. Yeah, his name is TJ Power. I'm saying I think. Okay, and then he does this thing. He has this framework DOSE, which is dopamine, oxytocin, right? Wait, wait, let me check. Let me check. I don't know what I'm saying at this point. But I don't want to get it wrong. Documents, Zoom. Wait. I did another clever thing, which was that I got all every like most of it on closed captions. I got transcripts for the thing. So dopamine, oxytocin. I was right. Serotonin and endorphins, right? And then he was like, he was asking when will you do during what. Okay, so there is a typo over here. What will you do during your evening phone fast? So he is asking us to basically either not use the phone for 30 minutes in the morning or for 1 hour in the evening. And I think it's most effective if you don't use your phone in the morning. Um, and yeah, the guy was like, I had lost so much and I was lost in all of these kind of addictions and stuff. But then I kind of like, got my shit together, and that's nice. It, led by neuroscientist TJ Power, co founder of Neurofy, discover science backed strategies to optimize mental health and performance, learn how to enhance focus, resilience, and productivity. Why attend? TJ's practical insights will help you build mental systems to work smarter and lead a happier, healthier, more productive life. So he didn't go through all of those. He just concentrated on dopamine, and the rest you have to buy his book, which isn't out yet, but you can pre-order it. I don't know why I'm sounding like I'm selling his book. Um, da-da-da-da-da. Wait. Okay, yeah. So So he basically makes a correlation that dopamine is to motivate. It's for motivation, attention span. Oxytocin is for relationships and confidence. It helps make connections. Serotonin is energy levels and happiness. It's used to energize. And endorphins is stress. Is for like for de-stressing when you're faced with the stresses. It is your stress tolerance and it's for your fitness, whatever. And then yeah, he just gave his own. It's gonna the dose effect from Harper and Collins, in case you're interested. Um, he bragged about how he trained this, whatever. Um, and then he was like, modern life over here. There's a mismatch, where like in our primal state, we were making great use of our dopamine, our oxytocin, our serotonin, our endorphins. But modern life isn't like that, and we haven't adapted to it, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Um, and then he was like, basically, you should phone fast, you should be disciplined, make your bed, the Jordan Peterson thing. But no, he doesn't mention Jordan Peterson at all. He just goes like, you need to basically, when you wake up, start doing things. Push yourself into action essentially, so that your dopamine thing starts. And then he was like talking about healthy dopamine, unhealthy dopamine. Healthy dopamine is like instantaneous. Unhealthy is like delayed gratification. I spoke about delayed gratification way before I attended this, so it's not like this is all new to me, but it's nice to have it presented to me. So I'm like, yes, I'm not alone in this. This makes sense. Um, A lot of his thing was just dopamine. Take action as soon as you wake every day, basically. Um, very brave of him to mention porn. He mentioned porn. He was like, "Oh, that's also unhealthy dopamine." Didn't go the um, what do you call that? It was he wasn't like sex negative about it, which was nice. But he also was like, "This is gonna destroy your life if it'll consume you or something." Um, mm, it's a pretty tricky thing to address porn in these situations because you're like, do I talk like one of those sex negative people, or do I sound, or like how do I or basically you might piss off some sex negative people. There are people who are actually, they want to hear that porn is the worst thing on earth, which it isn't. The abuse of it is. Abuse of anything is bad. Nobody talks about it, talks about potato chips that way, you know. I mean, some people do. Okay, the weirdos are everywhere. So, anyways, but you get my point. He wasn't very extreme about it, which was nice. Um, he talked about flow states, that you can enter your flow state. He talked about how you basically, it takes 15 minutes to enter, and the first 5 minutes are the hardest. That's another takeaway of his. This is all just uh, first day, and then he gave us dopamine challenges. No phone when you wake for 30 minutes, get your bedroom organized, 30-second cold shower, 20 minutes my pursuit walk. He's like, go outside, touch grass, and enter flow state, use a stopwatch. So he's literally asking us to like wait for the 5 minutes, then wait for the 15 minutes to pass and enter the flow state. Nice to know that there are numbers attached to this, because I don't know when I enter my flow state. Maybe it's different for everybody, and we need to like know our own numbers. What else? Yeah, so again, just reinforcing, he had a little quiz at the end, which is a presentation technique that I know that once if you want the crowd to actually like have some takeaway, quiz them at the end. So and now uh, he had I and I was so not into it. I still don't know what he was talking about. He talks about like the types of wealth. He has a book. He has all of them have books. He has a book that that has a blurb from um, what's his name, the Apple guy, Tim Cook. I was gonna call him Tim Apple. Uh, you know, uh, and then there was this brief exchange where Sahil goes like, I tried to get you to come with me on my trip to India last year and it didn't work out, so we're going to have to do that at some point, we're going to have to run it back. And then Ali goes like, yeah, I know, like the fact that I was born in Pakistan means the Indian government won't give me a visa, but we're working on it. And then Sai goes like, they don't view you very favorably. And then he goes like, no, not quite. Like they're all like suddenly he turned into this English gentleman. No, not quite. And he wants to. He only brings up Pakistan in this respect. Like he once, like I don't know if it was intentional or not. Um, but he had this Khan University mug on his desk, which is, you know, from Pakistan. Uh, but he will never blatantly say that he is from Pakistan. He talks about being born in Pakistan like somebody who was born in like war-torn Angola or something. So anyways, um, that's my gripe with Ali Abdal. He I'm saying like do not have to be proud of being Pakistani. Okay, nationalism is a strange concept, but like don't be ashamed. They're decent people over here. Why are you like? Anyways, I'm thinking too much about this. Is just me being me, but like. He made us do well score, and I scored poorly on it. Like, let's be obvious. Um, do you have time wealth? Do you have social wealth, mental wealth? Like, what social wealth? I don't have any friends around me. Mental wealth, mental health is down the drain. Physical wealth, I'm literally having chronic health issues, long COVID, etc., etc. Financial wealth, no, I'm broke badly. So, um, I have no idea what. Let me just read a bit of the transcript of his Sahil Bloom, Sahil Bloom, Sahil Bloom. Wait, yeah, okay. Mm, there are five statements for each type of wealth, each of the five types of wealth. So there's the 21st, 25 statements in total. For each statement, acha, you'll answer from strongly disagree to strongly agree for each statement. Um, blah blah blah. And I basically lost interest in this. I'm so I mean, I mean, let's be real. Self improvement is like how women like skincare and makeup, which are things I also like. But this is a bit of a like this is a bit of indulgent. It borders on fantasy almost. It requires you to like this is my main criticism of it, like to forget material constraints, material obstacles. Like you have to like think like life is limitless because it's my life, it's me. I'm special. Okay. Um so it's a lot of pick me behavior sort of thing. I'm the most optimized, I'm the most productive. Most of these things are, I don't know, if they are helping people, that's great. But this is how it comes off as. I'm talking right now about not about the exact matter of it, but like, medium is the message as well. So I'm talking about the presentation of it, how it comes across. Um, uh, this is literally just like I don't even know what he's saying, honestly. I wish I could just publish the entire transcript for this entire thing and somebody else would sit down and explain this to me, because as it was happening, I ran out of patience. I was like, I don't know what they're saying, honestly. I went to the bathroom. I was not feeling well, so I was like, excuse me, this is not doing anything for me. Um, mm, he did another one of those close your eyes guided meditations, 5 second breathe in, 5 second, or is it 3 second breathe in, 5 second breathe out. Oh yeah, he was like the exercise was that imagine you're the main character in a movie of your life. What would the audience be screaming at you to do right now, right? And then like he goes like we usually watch a movie and you see a character on the screen and you're like, don't go in there or run, dumbass. So he's like. Because a 10,000-foot view on their situation provides a different perspective than the one when they are lost in the weeds of being in the moment. You are the main character in the movie of life, and the audience will be screaming at you to do something different. Right now, think about that. What is that thing that the audience will be screaming at you to do right now? And then they went into a guided meditation thinking what would an outsider would be screaming at you to do immediately to get yourself out of this state of being stuck, which I am right now. I don't know. Right now, somebody would be yelling at me to get a job. So that some money comes in and I don't feel so helpless. So, there we go. And literally, his whole thing was about wealth. To be honest, I'm not interested in the, like, I want mental wealth, yes, yes. And I think, I don't know, it was, no, it wasn't this session, it was the second day session. But then Ali said that I think of wealth in terms of how much money I can refuse. Like I have money coming in that allows me to refuse work, which is interesting, which is a very, to be honest, healthy perspective, because just hoarding wealth while it ruins your mental health is of no use. Um, I'm not gonna talk more about third day. The third day then ended. This was the last thing on the docket. Then they had another day, and on that day, his wife Izzy did this vision quest thing. Uh, yeah, they did a 10-year dream bucket where I write all your fucking dreams, and I was like, okay, here you go. And again, as I said, I was dreaming real big. You know, um, I'm a dreamer, so um, and then they were like, at the start of 2028, what are the things that you would like? So they went like, go 3 years, three, not 3 years ahead, 2 years ahead, essentially. If we're looking at start of 2028, it means, no, wait, 3 years, 2025, 2026, 2027, that's 3 years. 2028 start would be the start of the fourth year. Right, right, right. Okay, yeah. So it's like 3 years. After 3 years, where would you be? What would you like to have? So I wrote a bunch of unrealistic dreams because, again, as I said, I'm a dreamer. uh, mm, then, oh yeah, she did a vision board exercise. It was like going to Pinterest, pick photos, and she was like, I just learned one thing from that entire thing, that if you write slides.new, it opens she what do you call that? The whatever the PowerPoint alternative is for Google Docs. I think it's called slides. Yeah, slides.new would open docs.google.com presentation. Okay, yeah, it's called slides. Okay, right thing. Um, okay, then I kind of lost interest in doing these exercises. To be honest, I was like, whatever. Um, Izzy was fine. Actually, Izzy was pretty good. It was the first time she was doing something like this, and I thought she did really well. I liked the vision board thing. I actually thought of doing it, but my first priority is to sort my fucking wardrobe. I'm sorry for swearing again, but it is a bit of a pain. And once I've done that, I can sort my room. And once my room is habitable, I can do all of this. But my room has to be sorted first. But so I plan on actually going through the transcript and then doing all of these exercises and all that. Um, the second day was Izzy, then he again did something. Wait. Yeah, they did there was a lot of like vision boarding stuff with Izzy, and and she also did a lot of breathing exercises, and that's where I realized that I have anxiety, because the breathing exercises were working. I was able to let go, but the moment I slip back into, thinking mode, I my nerves would be shattered again. So I'm like, how can I, like, do I need to take medicines to calm down my nerves? Like, it's that bad. It's just constantly, like, I have nothing to worry about, but my body is in a constant state of stress. Like, why? You know what I mean? So, okay, then design your most productive year ever. Oh yeah, then it goes like that. We turn your future sketch into quarterly quests. Like, how would this translate into what you're going to do in the first 3 months of the year? Like, how can you, basically, what's the most important thing that you need to accomplish in order to get to your whatever dream it is, and then how you're going to break down in, like, so and in order to get the quarterly stuff, you need productive, what was that? Wait, wait. I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing that now we have tab browsing in Windows. Um, Quarterly quests. It was quarterly quest in productive hours, focused hours, focused hours, productive days, quarterly quests. That's how I quite sorry. Yeah. So the point is that you go from macro to micro essentially. There's no like it's not like rocket science to this, but it's nice to hear it from a I guess a cute boy man person. He's about to be a father, by the way. Um, Eventually, you are just there for the. This is at some point turns into entertainment, because I mean, those who are who need like nobody can follow these frameworks exactly. You know, people will improvise, people will pick and choose. But the presentation of it is very satisfactory. Is what I believe. Um, while this was happening, he had these what do you call that? Like these open-ended uh, things that you could type into things like he would be like, what are you looking forward to, what did you learn from this, and there would be like text boxes and people such as so somebody wrote fapping to Ali Abdal in one of those, like, what are your goals for 2025, fapping to Ali Abdal, sure. Another thing happened on the second day. He mentioned that he's ordering McDonald's, and then somebody in the Q&A wrote that why aren't you boycotting? And if you are eating, why are you announcing this to your entire fan base? And then later on, somebody in the same Q&A wrote Free Palestine, and then he's like, okay, somebody wrote Free Palestine, very nice. Like, thank you for your approval. Uh, mm, Then the last thing was Cal Newport. Now, I had never seen Cal Newport, but I had seen his name on a lot of these self-help, self-productivity books. And those books looked old. They were like kind of like those how to influence people, make friends kind of books. I thought this person would be really old. He's not that old. He's like in his 40s or something. So he had nothing to do actually. Like Izzy came prepared, Ali came prepared, that TJ Powers person came prepared. I think Sahil Bloom was also kind of like just winging it. Um, Although he did have one exercise to do, but Cal Newport was just answering people's questions, which isn't bad. Um, he he's a big proponent of like getting of time blocking. So he mostly his whole push was time blocking. Set a time for something and then only do that in that time. But like, who has that luxury? But you know what, he might have a point. It doesn't hurt to try. His talk was all over the place about discipline. And let me see how they introduced him in the. Okay, join Cal Newport, best-selling author of Deep Work, Digital Minimalism, and Slow Productivity. Yeah, slow productivity was also another thing, that do whatever you're doing but slower, but do many things or something. Like do more, but do it slow. For an inspiring session on mastering focus and building system for sustainable success. It might actually, it's a very helpful way to look at things, because I have, as I said, anxiety. Anxiety is about what's happening in the world, what's my place in the world, what can I do. I feel so helpless these times, and considering that I don't even have a source of income right now, so I feel very vulnerable, right? And I also am like not young anymore, so it also is a source of anxiety for me. uh, so it's nice to hear somebody even older than me going like go slow, you know. And my problem is that, as I said, I want to do too much, and for the time being I need to like just focus on existing and living, you know. Maybe thriving in in the small way. um Another thing he was saying was that he went to MIT and there were so many like geniuses essentially that he felt dumber, but it was also relieving to him. There was another thing that he said, he was like, you don't have to be the best in something, just be good at it, you know, and keep at it, be consistent. So, and I understand the power of consistency. I'm a person who goes to the gym. God, do I have to get to the, see, that's what. Anyways, I'm gonna end this video. The 2 days were great. I've talked about the quirky stuff that happened. Um, these are good things to attend. They are free. Do it if you can. Um, you are not made of money, so I don't think so. You should go for the Ali Abdal paid thing, whatever. Um, but if you do have money, doesn't he have a Patreon or something? Like, I would rather give him like $2, $3 every month than pay him $97 all at once. Um, yeah, that's just me though. I think you get more people with the low ticket item, low price ticket. Yeah, that's what they call it, rather than with. But he's aiming for that. He has moved to Hong Kong now. I don't know where his wife is right now. Maybe she's also in Hong Kong with him. Uh, Maybe she's not. I have no idea. Um, he's not one of those people who I feel like some kind of FOMO about. I need to know what they're doing. Actually, my FOMO has died, which is a great thing, and it's something I'll talk about later. This video is already too long because I explained in detail, not very well, but just know that this is not a bad use of your time. Despite the fact that this is like 4 or 5 hours, 2 days, so 10 hours in total. But not a bad use of time. It was a feel good experience, let's just say, more than it was practical or useful. But the exercises that they mentioned, they are worth doing. Let's sit down and just think about where we want to go and then work backwards. Um, yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go now. See you in the next one. I don't know what to do for tomorrow's video, but I have to put something out. Maybe I'll show you guys how I cleaned my room, so which makes it very, I have to now clean the room. Okay, bye.